Welcome, everybody. Tuesday Tips with Matt. Hope you guys are having fun and you've had a great week. And I hope you can hear me too. But we're checking it out. We're going live. We're going to see how it goes. And we will go from there. So, hope everybody's having a good week so far. And you're ready for your Tuesday Tips with Matt. Sorry for all the back and forth if you're following the Facebook Live plan for today. But we're working it out real time and doing it. That's the beauty of Facebook Live. So, Tuesday Tips here with Matt. Hope you're there. So don't forget, add StreamYard to the bottom of your broadcast if you haven't already to comment on the live stream and let me know if you can hear me. And so add those comments, go to StreamYard.com and get started there. And we are getting ready here for Tuesday Tips with Matt. So don't forget, we have our three choices. We'll make this a little bigger. Let's go like that. Three choices, remember, of your favorites for the new theme song for Be Your Very Best. And we're looking for that, and that's what we're going to do in our first couple episodes here, see how it goes. So let me give you those three chances. Here's number one. Like it, comment in the comment section. Let me know if you like it. If you're watching the replay, do it there. We're going to choose the best one. That's for us. So here's number one. Working on it. Here we go. Be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good there. That's number one. Number two, be your very, very, very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. That's number two. And then number three, which is, I admit, my favorite. Let's see if you like this one. Be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. Oh, be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. That's number three. So we'll do it again at the end. Trying to work them out, see if I can do it consistently. Like I said, I like number three personally. Hope you do too. So today's Tuesday tips with Matt is as follows: how to communicate more clearly. Don't want to keep you long because your Tuesday is almost over and in your day, and I know you want to get back to work. But here's some Tuesday tips from Matt on how to communicate more clearly. Because we know, right? Communication, that's the foundation of everything we do. Whether we leave the house or not, you still got to communicate, whether it's with others daily, with online, in person, right now, that's what we're doing. You still got to communicate. So we all have that communication problem. We want to do it more clearly. So how well you get along with the people hinges on how well you communicate with them. So can't be afraid. So I'm gonna give you 4 tips today on how to communicate more effectively and clearly, because we all need those tips. Okay. So how successful you're in life hinges on how well you communicate. And there's a few rules that can help you apply all your communications, right? So, why? Specifically, this is for work or professional communication, but don't worry, you can apply it in your personal life as well. So, often, right, we waste a lot of time and energy when we're communicating when we don't actually know why we're bothering, right? People aren't listening, not understanding. So, think about first what you want to accomplish in your communication. And this can also be applied in your personal life. You know, even idle chit chat can have some type of purpose, whether it's bonding or getting to know someone. Well, got to know the why of what you're communicating. Simple, right? Straightforward. Don't need to put a little highlight there for you on that. We know. So when others initiate this conversation, right, we need to consider why it's taking place. And if you can understand why, to gently guide the dialogue to determine that why, right? How and to do it, then the purpose of this is to focus and understand that why to avoid those rabbit trails when you're in that communication and you just keep rambling on, right? Understanding that why, getting through it's going to help you communicate more clearly and effectively. And it'll help you distract remove those distractions from those side issues that could come up at the manner of hand. So, next tip is in-person communication, right? Have you ever had a falling out with someone over a text message? I know I do all the time. It's crazy, but everybody just blows up on the communication, and it's weird because I know me personally, when I send a text message, I usually say it in whatever like context I really mean it in, like in my head as I'm playing it out. That's what I mean. Like I say it in that funny way. At least nobody says I'm really funny, but I tend to do that when I'm writing a text message, not giving a thought how it's going to be received on that other end. Or you watch the fight unfold on social media because one person read someone else's tone wrong. We see it all the time, right? And if you're dealing with a highly emotional issue, right, here's your tip. Then it should be addressed in person. However hard it's going to be, whatever it needs to, you got to just man up, woman up, go talk to them in person and have that conversation. It'll go a long way better. It'll go a lot better if you do it that way. And if it's impossible to do so in person, hey, you can do video calls. They got FaceTime, they got all these things. So there's plenty of ways to do that key in person with the video so you have that, kind of like, let me check out your body language type deal, right? And it goes for positive and negative emotions no matter what. And if you're dealing great news, then you want everyone to get sucked into your positive energy. So you want to tell them that straight up, right? And even if it's bad, still doing it face to face will help that conversation go a lot smoother. And as far as bad news, like I said, or negative, it's going to be received a lot better in person. So that's tip number one. Try to have it in person as much as you can. Tip number two, email facts, right? People often lose concentration when they're being given facts and figures verbally. So follow up with an email, follow up with some context there that email out those facts. And if you're dealing with the finance issues, statistics or otherwise, opt for emailing this information than to just saying it out loud. That way people can remember. So other person can easily look back and they can check those numbers as they see fit. So it's a combination, right, of that in person and doing those facts. See it every day at work. See it every day in the things. Sometimes we just forget the simple follow up because we might need it. And if you join me in any of my other programs and you know that I'm Maxwell Disc certified, you know that I am a high I in that one, which means I'm probably not paying attention to you when you were talking because I just want to have fun and enjoy it. So you better email me those facts so I have them so you can come back to me. It's just the way it is. But hey, we're all different. That's the beauty of it. That's what we want to learn. Tip number three, no talking, just listen. That's harder than it thinks. We don't do it enough as we should, right? No talking, just listen. Have to take a minute there just to listen and hear that person. Half the time in communication, all the other person wants to do is to be heard. That's it. You don't have to say a simple thing, but just give them that ear so they can think through it. And in the end, they'll thank you for it. And I guarantee you, you'll move on things. So, this is applicable definitely in person communication. Stop spending so much time doing all the talking, trying to solve their problems when you know you can't, and just start listening because that's what a lot of people want. Unless you're the one who came to the table to start that communication or conversation, right? Give others the respect that they're due when they're trying to communicate their ideas and or their feelings, and don't dominate that communication with your motor mouth. Again, I'm high I gotta really make sure I listen when I'm sitting in those meetings because I just kind of like to talk a lot and I never shut up. That's why I'm doing this. Nah, just joking. So, hey, take a minute. Don't do all the talking. Listen, as they say with Stephen Covey in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Listen with the intent to understand. Seek first to understand, and then to respond. You do those two things. You take care of that into every situation you're going to go. I guarantee it's going to meet this last point here on simplicity. Keep it simple. You're going to go into every conversation really appreciating that other person and hearing what they have to say. So, last and final tip, keep it simple. We live in a society of information overload, right? So you got to simplify your messages. Hopefully this is simple because I'm doing this quick. But you might use 5 sentences, but you probably could say it with one. So simplify it in the moment, go through it, and you can go there. So those are some 4 tips on how to communicate more clearly And I hope you at least got one takeaway from it. If not, hey, listen to it again. Stop talking, just listen. But that's okay because I want each of you to be very best in your communication every day. And I want you just to keep it simple. Remember to not talk, just listen, email, fax if you need to, and do that in person communication the best you can. And if you seek to understand and listen with that intent to understand before you reply, you will definitely be working to understand the why of the situation. So I appreciate you guys for joining me today on Tuesday Tips for Matt. Appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout the all day as we went back and forth on what time it was going to be. Hopefully, I added value to you in some way, and look forward to sharing more Tuesday Tips with Matt next week. So for now, let me give you those 3 examples of the songs so you can choose. And don't forget to comment in the thing below. All right. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and put your name in there so I know who you are, Facebook user. Just joking. I'm glad you joined me. I'm glad you're watching, and I appreciate it. Appreciate you for sticking on through it and listening to me today. So here we go. Number 1. Don't forget. Number 1, number 2, number 3. So number 1, here we go. Be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. That's number 1. Let me know if you like it. Here's number 2. Be your very best, best to live your best life each and every day, one day at a time. Definitely don't got a career in rapping. And number 3, be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. Woo! Be your very best to live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time. There you go. 1, 2, or 3. Like it. Let me know what you think. That's Tuesday Tips for Matt. See you next week. Hope you guys have a great day. Be your very best. Live your very best life each and every day, one day at a time, my friends. Love you.